The promise wasn't carved in stone, but in the bark of an old oak tree, a crooked heart and two shaky initials. Ian Elias carved it when he was 10 years old. Leela stood beside him 9 years old, with scraped knees and dirt on her hands, staring proudly at their creation. High above them, resting in the wide branches of the oak, was their fortress, a patchwork platform of scavenged wood. To anyone else, it was just a pile of junk, but to them, it was everything. "We'll be friends forever, right?" Leela asked. Her voice was small but incredibly serious. Elias tightened his grip on the pocket knife. "Forever and always," he said, "even if we get old and boring. Even if we move far away. This is our place. We'll always come back here." They sealed the promise with a handshake that turned into a pinky swear. And in that moment, under the shade of the old oak, it felt absolutely unbreakable. But life has a way of testing promises. When they were 12, Lila's family moved across the country. Letters slowly became emails. Emails eventually became short, infrequent messages, and then, finally, silence. By the time they reached university, they were little more than memories to each other. A like on a social media post, a polite comment on major life events. Elias became an architect, a man who built with straight lines and unyielding steel. Lila became a marine biologist, her life governed by shifting tides and deep unanswered questions. They were living parallel lives in completely separate worlds. Then, 30 years later, Elias got the call. The old meadow, the oak tree, their special playset was scheduled for demolition. A new highway was planned to cut straight through it. He felt something tighten in his chest, a feeling he hadn't experienced in years. He didn't overthink it. He booked a flight, rented a car, and drove back to the town he hadn't called home in decades. When he arrived, the meadow was already scarred. Surveyors' stakes and bright orange flags marked the ground like wounds. But the oak still stood, tall and massive, almost defiant. And beneath it, someone else was standing there, waiting. A woman with silver streaks in her dark hair. "Lila?" Elias whispered, his voice barely audible. She turned and a slow smile spread across her face. "Elias, I wondered if you'd come." "You felt it too?" he asked, walking closer. She placed her hand on the faded carving of the heart. "Like a thread pulling tight in my chest," she answered. They talked for hours, about the loves they had gained and the ones they had lost, about careers that fulfilled them and the dreams they had let go. They weren't talking as adults anymore. They were talking as the children who had never truly left that spot. As the sun dipped low and painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, they finally understood. The promise was never about saving a tree. It was about saving a space, a place where they could be completely honest, unburdened, and accepted for who they were. They spent the rest of the day documenting everything. They took photos from every angle, collected leaves, and even scooped up some of the soil. Elias, the architect, measured the trunk's circumference. Lila, the biologist, carefully preserved a piece of the bark. The next morning, the machines arrived. The old oak fell with a sound that felt like a final, heavy sigh. As the dust settled, Lila reached into her backpack and pulled out a small, green sapling. "An acorn from this tree," she explained. "I've been growing it for years. I didn't know why. Until now." Together, they planted it on a quiet hill nearby, safe from any future roads, safe from being forgotten. They didn't carve any initials into this one. They didn't need to. "Forever and always?" Elias asked, his voice soft. Lila took his hand. "Forever and always." The promise had bent over the years. It had certainly changed, but it had never broken, because it was never made of stone. It was alive, and it was still growing. Thank you for watching. If this story touched you, please like, share, and subscribe for more.